We are covering ACP-100 Jira Administrator. Our team is working hard to keep the content up to date. If you find this video helpful, please let us know in the comments. We really appreciate if you like and subscribe to our channel. To get the complete list of questions and answers, click on the playlist link provided in the description. Our question is, some of your project owners would like to make their projects publicly accessible over the internet. These projects will not require login. You could support this by allowing read-only anonymous access to the project. Which two additional factors should you take into consideration when setting this up? Option A. Anonymous user could see other users' name. Option B. Anonymous user could export all issues from Jira. Option C. Licensed users might accidentally comment anonymously rather than logging in first. Option D. Internet search engines could index data. Option E. Anonymous users could find a full list of all your projects. Option F. Spam bots could add comments. The correct answer is option B and D. Our question is, you have been asked to take on the administration of the second Jira installation in your company. You were given the following information about user accounts. The company standard is to use Active Directory to provide user accounts. There are several Active Directory systems in use by different business units. The second Jira is not to be merged with your main Jira. The main Jira system is connected to Active Directory for user accounts. The second Jira is using internal user account, not Active Directory. People using the second Jira are using the same login ID as they would use in the Active Directory. Your company would like to use single sign-on but has not yet implemented it for either Jira system. Which authentication method should you recommend? Option A. Change the new Jira to use your main Jira directory services as the is already reading your Active Directory services. Option B. Set up a crowd server to get the user list from all internal directories and AD and use AD directly for password checking. Option C. Set up a crowd server to pull in all active services and plan to migrate internal users. Option D. Change the new Jira to link directly to the required AD servers. Correct answer is option B. Next one. Beehive Bank wants to implement Jira with the following requirement. Enforce the strictest possible security measure for user logins. Allow external users to create their own user logins. Use the Jira internal directory. Which to login security option can you offer them? Option A. Set login mode to secure. Option B. Require character variety for the username. Option C. Require that the password is not too similar to another user password. Option D. Require a certain length for passwords. Option E, required the password is not too similar to the username or the email address. Correct answer is option A and D. Next one. You have two issue type in your HR project, hire and fire. Which two requirement can be met through changes only to field configurations? Option A, for the fire issue type, the description field should have a default value of termination. Option B, for both issue type, the employee name custom field must be required upon creation and must never be blank. Option C, for the higher issue type, the field description of the due date field should read first day of work. Option D, for both issue type, the resolution should be set once the issue are being resolved. Option E, for both issue type, the assignee field should be hidden when creating but not when viewing an issue. Option F, for the fire issue type, the default value for the priority field should be blocker. Correct answer is option D and E. Next, your HR project has two issue types, join and leave. Both issue types share a field configuration, screen and the workflow. You currently use the due date system field to indicate when someone actually joins or leaves. New HR staff team member complain that using a due date field is not very intuitive. How can you help your HR team? Option A, create individual join date and leave date custom field to replace the due date field. Create separate screens for each issue, operation and issue type. Delete the due date file. Option B, rename the due date file to join date and create a separate leave date custom file. Create new screens for the leave issue type and replace the due date field with the newly created file. Migrate existing field values to the new leave data field. Option C, create individual field context for each issue type. Label the due date field as join date and leave date in their respective context. Associate each context with its matching issue type. Option D, create individual join date and leave date custom field to replace the due date field. Appropriately migrate existing data from the due date field to the new custom field. Remove the due date field from all project screens. Correct answer is option C.